You know it's a serious video when I bring out the camera, huh? So I wanted to go ahead and talk about the ban list in terms of what didn't get hit that should have got hit. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys don't know all that good stuff. TCG affiliate link down below. And let's go straight into it. First one on my list, Calamities. I know this wasn't really doing a lot in the meta, just a lot of people didn't like Calamities. But the whole thing is that Calamities is still strong. As long as you can make 2 level 9s, you have like this probably the strongest XC in the game, in my opinion anyways, because it does a lot. It stops you from playing the game with certain attributes, which you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can't battle that turn. You know, you're kind of losing a lot of things to just not be able to play, to try to get rid of them. You need a Chalice, you need an Impermanence, you need a Droplet, you need one of 3 cards. And most people are not playing Chalice. People are playing Impermanence and usually siding the Droplets depending on the deck you're playing. But otherwise, you know, you have a couple of outs, but you're not always guaranteed to get them. While making Calamities is just as simple as 2 Macabas, 2 Dinosaurs, 2 Generators. Like, there's options to make them. And yeah, Calamities. I think it should have got hit, personally. Following the same kind of like train of like you can't play Zexal. Zexal wasn't touched or hit at all. That's kind of shocking to me. Zexal is the same kind of like thing where it's like once it's activated on your turn, you can't even activate cards. You can still battle, sure. So if you're playing like Mech Knights, congrats, you just beat down that Zexal. But like otherwise, what are you doing really? Like you're pretty much just like set a monster, pass. And then they can just activate on your turn, on their turn and be like, what are you gonna do now? It's actually kind of nuts to think about how good that card is. So we have that. You know, Zexal should have got hit in my opinion. I know the Numeron engine is not doing too much. I know Cobble of the Grave going to 1 makes it so that now it's a little bit more susceptible to a Ghost Ogre. But I don't think that's a good reason. So I think Zexal should have definitely got hit as well. Again, same vein of like Floodgate type stuff. Buster Dragon Destruction Sword. I keep trying to say ABC Buster Dragon Destruction Sword, I don't know why. So yeah, Destruction Buster Sword should have got hit. The whole thing is that Union Carrier is still a card, it's still really good. If you have a Dark Archetype monster on your field, all you gotta do is make it so that you equip it, and then your opponent can't use the extra deck. Some decks cannot get through this in the slightest. It just wins them the game off the bat. So, I don't know. I think that should have got hit personally. It's just too strong of a card. That's it. It's just too strong. Can't use the extra deck. The person who has it on the field probably has 2 ways to negate some of your cards. So if you have like 2 Cosmic Cyclones and they negate both of them, how do you get rid of it now? Did you draw the Harpies or the 3rd Cosmic or whatever it might be? Probably not. So following that, let's talk about a Smoke Grenade. Smoke Grenade is actually insane and I don't know why it wasn't hit. Smoke Grenade literally says, let me look at your hand, let me take something out, good luck, right? You have 1 less card that might have been the most vital card in your hand. And they know what you're doing so they can play around with your hand. Unless your next card is like the nuts, like, they're just gonna out your hand. They know what's in it, they know what you're gonna do. Oh, you're playing Invoke Dogmatica? Oh, you have an Alistair but no Invocation? Oh, let me just negate that Alistair. Oh, you don't have, you know, Ecclesia but you have Fleur de Lis? No problem, keep the floor, it doesn't really matter. Like, they don't care. They'll find a way to like just stop your plays one way or another. So, moving from that, Asla Piscu, or if you say that right, just FTK. It's the only consistent FTK in our current format. Dragon Link was untouched completely. They're still insanely good. People don't realize how good Dragon Link is gonna be this format. If anything, it is the best deck in the format now. It's taken like everyone's spot because it had no hits at all. If anything, this benefited them because now they're playing the exact same way, and other decks are just like, what do we do? What do we do? And it's kind of scary. And I think it should have got hit. Smoke Grenade probably is going to get a reprint soon. I can see that happening in the next either OTS packs or the Gold Series or whatever they want to do just to sell it and then hit it. Probably in the December ban list. But this is not the shakeup we needed. We lost Emancipators and we lost a generic Synchro engine. But everything else is fine. That's not playing either of those. And I'll talk about that in a second. So we still have the other problem with Auroradon being here. I know there's going to be Mecha Phantom Beast support later on, allegedly, if I recall right. That's fine, cool. Aurora Dawn is still making all these giant synchro plays, and people aren't realizing that like this doesn't change Eldritch in the slightest. They'll find a different alternative. They'll make the same board, if not better now, because now they have to play the draw engine. Draw and Lockbird is probably going to be a staple in the game again because it stops Dogmatica. It kind of stops Dragon Link. If you stop them at the right point. Eldritch doesn't really care unless they're playing the synchro version, like I said, where they're going to be drawing a lot now. That's the whole point. You're going to be going through the TG plays. Infernal Knights, maybe. I don't think they really care about drawing Lockbird. Dogmatica cares. Alistair Surge. Hey, well, that's my turn. Yeah, that's a problem. Aurora Dawn is still in the game. It's still going to make good plays. Yep, we lost on that one. And let's kind of talk more generically on this one. We had no hits to Eldritch. I guess you can say the synchro variant, but we had 0 hits to the main deck engine of Eldritch. And this kind of makes sense. Konami on this list didn't hit any deck particularly for their archetype. We only saw generic things. We saw Jet Synchron, which was going to be used for synchro plays. We saw Phantom Beast Alliance, which was used for token plays. And we saw Block Dragon, which was the only primary hit to that deck, which was rocks generally. So it was Megalith and Emancipators. That's the only direct hit we really saw to a deck. And this is a problem because Emancipator is just like, what do we do now? While every other deck is just like, throw away these cards, put these cards in, we're fine. Nothing changed. And kind of see the problem here. No hits to Eldritch, no hits to Dragon Link. This is actually nuts. Dragon Link was already such an oppressive strong deck that had an FTK option and a basically board negate option. And now they have both that are both still strong. And they have to compete less with the synchro plays and the Emancipator plays. It's actually nuts to think about that. Like, I can't be the only one who's just like, that's kind of scary because now Dragon Link is literally the best deck in the format. Like, unsarcastically, they are the best deck. They have nothing hit. They can play the Smoke Grenade package if they really wanted to. They can do so much. Like, it's absurd. Moving on. We saw no Infernal Knights hits. That's hard to say actually. Infernoble. They had no hits. As I spoke about, Smoke Grenade is still fine. They had the online ban if they're playing that package, but like, guess what they can do? Play other things. They don't really care. It's actually kind of nuts to think about. Like, this is gonna be kind of a weird meta where all we saw was a shift between Infernal Knights and Emancipators. All they did was just switch spots. Nothing else changed. The Despot package is still here, so we're going to be seeing people play that instead of O-Line, which I think is actually better because they can do more things. You can end on stronger boards, and with the Aurora Dawn package, you need the Despots anyway, so like, why not? You're going to make better plays. And that's kind of my tangent for this video. I'm just not happy with how things went personally. The fact that Emancipators were the only primary deck to get hit, everything else had like their secondary engine hit that they can always replace. We'll see. This doesn't mean Emancipators are dead. This just means that as of right now, they went down like half a tier at the very least. And we'll see where they go from here. Block Dragon was always a consistency option. It wasn't always required, but if you had enough hand traps done on you, you played Block Dragon. They can still play the Onomatopoeia engine. They can still play the Go-Go package. They can play more extenders. We'll see how things go. But yeah, I don't know. This list is interesting. We'll see how things go on this one. I just think that they didn't hit enough. They hit one deck, they hit a small engine, but they basically left the game the same. And that's a problem. And I don't think people are realizing this off the bat because they're happy to see things like BA back, which I love. I'm happy BA is back. But it's not going to compete with the tier 1 decks. It still does not do enough. And Call by the Grave going to 1 hurts them a lot too. So we'll see how things go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget, to like, comment, subscribe. Give me your opinion on what you think about the ban list. Are you happy with it? Are you not happy with it? Did this video maybe change your mind on what the format really is? And yeah, take care, guys.